Big welcome to you, Pisces. Yes, so we started. The sun is not anymore in the death card, right? In Scorpio. Now the sun is in Sagittarius. And oh boy, it does feel a little easier to not always feel there is a transformation, there is a shift, there is something lurking around the corner and wanting to tell us, watch out, something could shift, something could change, right? So let us look first into the sun in Sagittarius, which is quite a beautiful card, right? As we can see here, we have now the angel after transformation, right, that we went through. We are here now in this angelic state of being. Something more of a higher consciousness is automatically greeting us when we went through a transformation, when we went through death, right? There's always such a beautiful energy surrounding a person that speaks about a near-death experience, right? And I'm not saying that this is what's happening to you right now. I'm just saying this is where our ego, our I, our external energy is going. We're starting to see the spiritual perspective that this card is bringing to us, right? Here we are not anymore in the physical, right? Because this card is connected to Gemini, to the lovers, where we have a man and a woman standing there with the angel above them, looking at them. Here, the man and the woman have turned into two cups, have turned into water and fire, and he's alchemically playing with this energy, right? We're not part of the energy anymore. We're not in it anymore. We're not like, wow, like the emotional drama that arises when we have constantly water and fire coming, right, at each other. Because that's what it is when man and woman come together. There is steam. There is sometimes even like, the water can completely eliminate the fire. There's no fire whatsoever, etc., right? And fire can actually dry out the water as well. And if it's in the right combination, it creates tea, it creates steam, it creates a pleasant energy, right? So here in the Hermetic Tarot, you can see this. Sorry, someone called me, so it interrupted the reading. So, right, as we can see in the Hermetic Tarot, we have this kind of witchcraft situation, letting us know, right, this month is about looking at the situation from a completely different perspective, not being engaged into the drama anymore, stepping out of the drama and becoming an angel, becoming Samek is the Hebrew word for this card, and Samek is a tent pole, is that, he stands here very strong and powerful and is mixing and playing alchemically with these two elements, creating here, of course, again, a path of enlightenment, creating here the third eye or the seventh chakra, right? This is the card number 14, which is number 5, right? So here we have the triangle pointing upwards, but I can see here again an hexagram. This is Scorpio sign and this is Capricorn sign, which comes after, and we can see the celestial energy that's playing out here, right? So here we do get into a state of enlightenment. We're withdrawing, we're coming more inwards right now. The tree is like the skeleton, right? The tree has no more leaves. It stands there barren. And now even the sap is going deep down into the earth, is going deep inside. And this is what this card is also indicating. We are getting away from this external perspective. So even the ego is saying, well, let me retrieve, let me go within, let me find the strength within myself. Now the cards, the yoga card that I painted here is again here the hexagram in that more translucent kind of state, right? Because in Gemini, it's the pure fire, pure water, and we figure out, right, with each other, this energy that can come out of mixing water and fire, right? And then here the symbolism of this card, again, hexagram, is saying, hey, I am going within, I am withdrawing my sap like the trees, I'm going in, but nevertheless I have this pole, I have this angelic awareness of becoming a lotus flower, of becoming this angel, of becoming enlightened, and becoming aware that this is now something we would like to really work on, right? And go deep within with our external brain, with our mind, with this, like, you know, I'm external, I am looking out, I'm extroverted, right? Even the extroverted now is saying, go introverted, go within, right? So now you, the moon, right? We have, of course, here again, the Hermetic and the Rider-Waite Tarot. And we see also here a beautiful understanding of how evolution is bringing us out of the lake or the ocean and saying, hey, there's a path, right? There's a path up to the mountain, past the known world, past these two towers that we've seen in Scorpio. In Scorpio, we had the two towers where the sun is rising again. And we can see here the dog and the wolf, here again, two animals that have completely begotten a tower themselves, right? So each of these evolutionary stages that we already went through, right? From the wolf to the dog, it's saying, no, you go even further than that, right? Because there's no end to evolution. There's no end to growing past what we know, because that's the fascination. We want to see what else is out there, right? And again, you see here the symbol of your sign. You see the scarabæus, which is in the Egyptian mythology, a very mystical creature. It is here in the center of the card, right? It's like a mystical awareness that's saying, you know, it's coming out of the ocean. It's these creatures that are giving us a certain understanding. This creature holds the sun here and holds the symbol of the sun here in front, right? Meanwhile, it opens its wings and we see the half moon, the full moon, we see even the sun rays like here. And we do know that this card is watching, the Pisces card, the moon is watching over our dreams. When we go to bed at night, we want to actually bring into our subconscious a sentence that says, I am looking after myself, I heal, right? At night is when we heal. At night is when all this, the dreams are happening, all the mystical things are even more mystical, right? And so sometimes we start finding answers in our dreams, right? So here I painted the Pisces, the moon card with the fish pose, right? Becoming the fish, and again, passing through this known symbolism, right? That is saying this is Pisces, this is the moon card. We have the up dog, we have the down dog. Here I painted the scarabæus going this path towards the moon, this mystical awareness. And it says like the down dog kind of is looking into the past. So it could be the wolf saying, I know where I come from. And the upward facing dog is looking up to the moon, but also up and back towards the future. And so the mystical awareness of this card right here, it's a little darker, a little bigger, right? I'm not sure yet what else I'm gonna do with these cards. I didn't have much time to paint recently because I was doing a 21-day challenge with the Wim Hof, and I went into the ice cold water, right, every day. And I made little movies about it. You can see them in my Mystical Healer playlist, right? I put them all in there. And so you see, there is in the ocean, in this depth, in this subconscious, there is something that's waiting for us to be discovered, right? And I felt that when I went now 21 days into the cold water, there was something emerging within me, like a fiercelessness, an understanding of like, we're evolving all the time, we are shifting all the time. And it's kind of very empowering, right, to witness that. Now here, if you're born between the 8th of February to the 11th of March, you are the Knight of Cups. If your birthday is before or after, look in the description box below. I have all the other signs. Also, when there's a sign coming up, a court sign, not the Major Arcana. The Major Arcana is divided through 12 a year. And the court card gets divided through 16, right? The Knight, the Queen, and the King. The page is not included in there, right? So this is your search, right? You love to search for love. It gives you wings. It makes you fly. You are the Knight. You are searching. You are looking. You are finding the ocean, right? The river is always finding the ocean. And as you can see here, there's so much more mysticism happening now in this card right here, which I am slowly starting to learn, right? I cannot do everything at the same time. So you are witnessing my improving, my growth with this channel, right? That's why I actually did it, because I want to learn. And the best way is to do it every time. And I do it now as the moon in your sign. Good. So let's start with your reading. Of course, you're water element, and it's a little bit more humid on days like that, or it rains. We like carbohydrates on a water day. We are connected to the leaves, which I have here, right? I had to put the light on because I wasn't able to do the reading. Don't want it too strong. I wasn't able to do the reading as I wanted earlier because I had the cutting of the video. All right, so I'm quite busy these days. Good. So you have leaves, right? And then your zone or your body parts is the feet and the toes. And the organ system are your nervous system, right? So just that you know. You start with the King of Cups, which is a Scorpio, right? So in this time, look at the dates. In that time, something happened, something where you allowed yourself to become more of a king. Because this is also a water sign, right? You decided to step out of this search and to get deep into the ocean, to get deep into the understanding of love, right? Love is always cups. Cups is love, 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 love. Where do you come from? From the Page of Water. Oh my God. So here we have 3 people, right? Here's a knight, here's a king, and here's a young person, right? But it could also mean that you decided to come out of a state, right? So maybe a transformation. Let me see what's underneath. I only go 3 cards back. The what's his name? The Queen of Wands, which is an Aries, right? So here are 4 people, right? Of course, you not being part of this right now, but of course it's you. So either you had an amazing idea, either you had an Aries that was like creating this idea, was like inspiring you, and that made you fly, that made you grow up and say, wow, I'm loving this idea, I'm loving, right? And it really gave you this, wow, yeah, I can see myself doing that, right? Because there is something about emotional maturity that you have reached, because now you have this here and this, And of course, you are the knight, you are the searcher, but you became from a young child to a king, right? So you started, something started inspiring you, right? And so this is the fire and the water element coming together. This is an alchemical mixture and blending and playing with, right? Happening here in the deck from the past. Now the next 3 cards we see here, the 8 of Pentacles, which is the Sun in Virgo, which is working, which is stepping up to the plate and saying, yeah, I want to know what this idea, this spark is, and I'm working on it, right? And then comes the 4 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles is the Sun in Capricorn. The Sun in Capricorn, as we know, is more like of a darker energy. The month itself is a darker energy, right? It's something where people are having a hard time. The days are getting shorter and shorter, right? Back then, I could have, at this time, easily done the reading, and I would have had natural light. Right now, already at 4:30, we have already dark coming, right? And the time is shifting, the light, the sun is shifting. So you are here in this work mode to establish yourself, right? To ground yourself, because Capricorn is always about knowing how to manage, knowing that you have enough. But again, remember, right? She's holding on to her clutch. There is also something that's saying, well, right now you want to go a little bit more into a mode of like, let me not just spend the money, right? You're working hard, and that brings a financial prosperity. But at the same time, you also want to make sure that you are not spending the money. And because you are continuing to manifest, right? You want to go further. And this is the major arcana saying, hey, you can do it, right? You can go and again become, what else would you like to manifest? So you don't have to hold on so much, right? So holding on to the money, right, is in the center of these 2 cards. And that means like you working, and again, on this cyclical awareness, right, of how things come and go and come and go. Then your second row, as we can see now, the central card is a Gemini. This is also a knight, but he's different, right? You are gently placing, your horse is just 1 leg up, and you're gently coming and saying, hi, here, I have a gift for you. He's just like, he's storming, he's running, and he has no more horse, right? He has like the motorcycle. And he has this one idea, this one thought that is pushing him forward. And it is important for you to actually take action in the mind, in thinking, because you liberated yourself. Something in this manifesting made you liberate something, right? This is 20. This is the last judgment, right? Last judgment is something we have to go through, right, to get to the next card, which is the World card. So you are learning to release something, to free yourself, so that you can press forward mentally, but then don't push too much, because there is also an awareness. And I just want you to see this, because she sits here and you can see these 3 cups and the whole, that this negativity, this kind of negative thought that is pulling you down, right? But look, you have 2 more cups, and look, the 2 cups that he's playing in this month. So there is hope. There is something that you don't have to worry, right? Let go of the past, release that, right? And of course, you are sometimes mentally running towards that, running maybe also away from this darkness that sometimes wants to pull you down, right? What do? You focus on the Two Cups. You focus on the guardian angel, right? And becoming yourself that kind of messenger of an angelic energy, right? He's flying with that one thought. And that leads to the next row. So remember, a Gemini is in your life and is actually strong here. And again, if you look at this right now, the High Priestess in the center with the Six of Pentacles and a Tower. So right now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana in your reading, right? And the 6 is Moon in Taurus. Taurus is a giver. Taurus is letting go, right? So I feel that let go of this, holding on, right? Trust that you will manifest again. Trust that you know how to bring a new opportunity into your life. First of all, manifest in such a way that you liberate yourself emotionally, right? So that you can move forward, that you can have this one clear search thought. Gemini, it's always about awareness. He's searching for awareness. You are searching for awareness because this is pulling you down. The 5 of Cups is Mars in Scorpio, right? And Mars in Scorpio is Scorpio season. So something in Scorpio was actually pulling you quite down. Mars in the structure, in also the courage or the energy that we have to investigate in Scorpio, in love, in self-love, right? So you are here clearly shifting something because you say, I want to, you understand, it's like about giving and taking. It's about understanding that when I intuitive allow myself in this financial abundance, right? Even though the Tower comes in and is breaking things apart, but it's almost like here it feels like it's like a highlight. It's like a wake-up call. It's like shifting you even further, right? Than already what you went through. It's saying, hey, there is even more letting go, more allowing yourself to be a High Priestess, allowing yourself to be in the give and take and give and take. Because look how beautiful the number 8 behind in this giving and taking. When I take, I can actually give, and when I give, I can take. I mean, it is, both are needed. And she is in that stream, right, of that give and take. And something is awakening you. Something is clearly making you say, wow, I woke up, right? I clearly saw that something had to shift, right? So where are you going, right? Where are you going mentally, right? Because underneath is this card, and we want to see, right? We want to see where is your energy wanting to go, right? Of course not in this, I am here stuck, right? No, you want to know that as the bird is flying high, you can understand more and more how everything works and how everything functions. That's the magician. A magician knows exactly how to manifest, how to create with all 4 elements. And here it is, there's a liberation happening. Right? Of course, coming from this place, there's a liberation happening. Clearly, you are supposed to awaken. You are supposed to come out of a situation. With that 5 of Cups, right? With that sadness. So let's see. Let's see the first row, what wants to come out as a clarification. Right, you see the blue behind? It's like it's the blue for the Pisces. It's such a beautiful blue there, right? It's like the deep blue of the ocean, right? But you are more a river. Okay, so when I said you're more a river, what came out is right? You have come out the Emperor, the High Priestess, and the Six of Air. Meaning this, right? Knowing that you can manifest, right? And she clearly closes her eyes, but intuitive knows because she holds 4 of Pentacles, right? And the Magician has 4 elements in his power. And of course, he sits in the 5th element in space, right? But he holds the 4 element, right? So deep down in you, you understand, right? Coming also from the 8 divided is 2 times 4, right? So 2 times 4 is following the 4 of Pentacles and the Magician, even though it's the number 1, but he has 4 elements to play with, right? So you are the number 4, right? Understand, and again, 4, 4, 4 in a way, right? You understand what it means to manifest and then to empower that, and then feel the High Priestess, because you had the High Priestess already, so you again get the High Priestess. So this is letting you know you manifest clearly. That empowers you and is like predestined, telling you you are now in a frame of intuition. You're in a frame of knowing that it's moving mentally forward to another row of another higher consciousness, a more spiritual awareness that is coming to you, right? It's very clear because here you have the Magician, you have the Emperor and the High Priestess moving forward, right? Moving mentally, spiritually to a whole new level. And already here the High Priestess is coming again and saying the same thing, right? So, yeah, the Magician is saying it's empowering you. The Magician is saying, hey, you know how to move with those 4 elements, even though you may have thought, well, I don't have enough. How am I going to come by? I worked hard, but look at me here. I only have 4 coins. And before I worked and worked and worked, and now I only have 4 coins. Well, trust that you will manifest more, because then the Emperor and the High Priestess are coming up, and that is going to be able to move you forward into the liberation of what you were holding on, liberating you of exactly holding on to your dear life. Right? And that is saying, hey, move forward, because the Knight of Swords is someone that's searching for awareness of consciousness, right? And the 5 of Cups, of course, which is that kind of little bit of a sad card, you got the Messenger of Water. Who is the Messenger of Water? You. So you are, right? You are that sadness. You are kind of now liberating yourself. You coming out of that subconscious. The Pisces era is letting go, right? You're going into the age of Aquarius, so up into the air now. We're not diving deep down into the ocean anymore. We're going up into that air. We're going into an air sign, not into a water sign. And the age of Aquarius is going to be like 2,150 years long, right? We were diving deep and looking and looking, emotionally looking and understanding and realizing, but liberate yourself. Allow yourself to liberate and allow yourself to be friends. You need this. You need this one, right? It is, of course, a Gemini, right? But of course, it could also be a Libra or an Aquarius, but it is very clearly a Gemini. And a Gemini is an air sign, is looking for the awareness. So you are going forward, right? You, the knight of emotions and feelings and love, and you're searching for the love. You searched enough and you liberated yourself finally. You liberated yourself. Sometimes I put the cards differently, and later on I'm like, when I take the picture, I'm like, oh, I corrected. Once I corrected even, right? Oops. So interesting. Wow. Okay, for the next row, you got the Queen of Water. You have all 4 water signs. You have the King of Water, the Queen of Water, and you have yourself. Right? So I feel that you actually going through an empowerment in your emotions, in your feelings, and then you have the 2 of Cups, which I said is exactly this card. Now you're just in a soulmate love feeling, emotional connection, right? Where you have this, right, clear awakening, this clear understanding, because I mean, you see, it's almost like electric, right? When the water and the fire come together. There is, look what it's in there. There's a heart in there, right? It's a loving thing to sometimes break things apart. And look what's coming. Right? She closes her eyes and she knows. She closes her eyes and she knows. Or he knows, right? Always reverse the cards. It can be a man, it can be a woman, right? We are not only here talking about women, we're talking also about the man. But of course, most of the people that watch tarot card reading are women. Right? Because we are intuitive, we want to know, we want to understand, we searching for more things because we are deep in the earth, we are the darkness, right? We are the yin, the man is the yang, he is in the bright light, and so he's like, like it's like the fish looking for water. Meanwhile, he's in the water. We are the fish that is in the air, and we need to look for the water, right? But it's the reverse. We are the 2 fish that looks now for the next evolutionary stage, right? You are the fish that is coming out of the water and says, well, what else is out there? After the fish, after Pisces, comes Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. So here we can see there is a new love, a self-love first, always, right? The first thing I always see is a self-love, but hey, maybe there is someone coming to you, which could be a Cancer, right? You may be, and Cancer is more the healing. She is that personality that says, I want to heal myself, right? So I think you want to heal yourself and find that place where you can finally come and be with a soulmate. Let's see what's underneath the deck. I haven't looked yet. It's always a surprise, right? Where is that going? To the Hangman. And the Hangman says, yes, there is now the love for self, the enlightenment. This is the card right before the death card. This is the pre-stage of the transformation. So I see, like, yes, you did go through a transformation from Scorpio, right? Because this is right before the death card. The Hangman, it's the kind of moment where we say something has to shift, something has to change, and you go through that change. Oh boy, do you have an awakening with the High Priestess twice, with the Tower, with that letting go, and letting go in such a way that you go upside down. Right? So this is your journey of being further and further in a state of allowing yourself to transform, allowing yourself to understand that when you search for your awareness, that search is like this search for love, but there's a search for consciousness, right? Here you searched for love and you're changing direction and you're saying, I want to search for consciousness, not for love, right? Because in a way you are that lover, you are that beautiful lover. I mean, we love you. We really love you. And you came up, right? You came up in your own reading and connects you to the central card. So meaning you are ready to go up and come out of the ocean, come out of this looking at the seahorse, right? And the seahorse is the only man that gives birth to babies. And so there is something profoundly shifting in you. I mean, that's what I feel, right? I even get excited talking about it. And because this is, I never know what the reading is really gonna bring out of me, right? Even though sometimes they're supposed to be read in a certain way, I can feel there is a profound shift happening in you, right? Coming away from this like, yeah, working hard and like holding on, but then again, the 4 elements and 4 cards of the major arcana. I mean, you have a lot of major arcanas out now. You have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 arcanas, major arcanas out. Yeah, you have 7 major arcanas out, which is telling me that you 7, right, is that angelic transformation into, you are stepping into, yes, I allow myself to be more like an angel, right? And this is the 20, it's almost at the end of a cycle. And then you start again all the way down with the number 2, and then the Tower and the Hanged Man. Yeah, I really feel that there is something very, very powerful happening within you. There is a transformation also happening with this 5 of Cups, right? Where you understand that this 5 of Cups here, the 2 cups, now they came up. The 2 cups, and that's exactly the 2 cups that we're playing with. Don't step into the emotional drama anymore, right? Allow the love to touch you. Allow the love to be with you, but don't get pulled in. Just play with the essence. Play with the essence, because you want to understand that the enlightenment, the spiritual enlightenment, is sometimes in mysterious ways not perceived the way we think it should look like. That's what the Hangman is also saying, right? Sometimes like, turn upside down, right? Allow yourself to hang over, right? See it from a different perspective. Sometimes it means like do inversions, right? Allow yourself to bend over. Open the heart. So this month is shifting you, right, Pisces? Is allowing you to transform your story of like evolution, right? It goes further now. It goes past the dog and the wolf. It goes, the Pisces jumps out, because this is not just the fish pose, it's the jumping fish. And the jumping fish is saying, I'm jumping again out of that pool of consciousness, right? Because the age of Pisces is about organized religion. It's about the flock. It's about many people. In there, I feel safe, but at the same time, I also like, I'm not heard, right? One person is telling us what to do. So you are stepping out of your own conditioning, right? Which is like, the fish is saying, well, I jump out of the water and I want to see what's out there on land. And you are doing it, which means even then sometimes to be upside down, jump out, right? Here you are upside down. When you look at it, right, your head is down, your arms reach over, facing down, facing up, right? It's like, it's everything is reversed, right? We think it's facing down. We think we're like facing forward, but I'm looking back into the future. Here, I think I'm looking actually into the past, but I'm actually looking up to the sky and back into the future. I already know what's happening to the age of Pisces, and I am a bearer, or I'm a holder. I am an empowered person. I am a manifester. I am an emperor, right? And I am a female emperor, empowered completely, with two high priestesses around this emperor. I mean, it's just very, very, very powerful. Very powerful. So you are awakening, right? You are moving forward. You are releasing old things, right? You're coming out. You're releasing this flock mentality. You're jumping out of the lake and you say, no, I am gonna do my own thing. I'm jumping out and I say no more. And here I follow this one thought, this one higher consciousness that is leading me forward. And yeah, sometimes it makes me sad, right? But nevertheless, here you are. You are facing your own self. And it's here. It really is here. And then, of course, you are playing in this love relationship. You're not anymore just sucked in. You can like watch it from a different perspective, like this Queen of Water, right? You have become from a male King of Cups also a Queen of Water, right? That's the most fantastic thing here. It's like we have all three water signs here: a king, a queen, and the Knight. So you go through a crazy transition. Sorry, I have actually forgotten one more. You have all four. You have the page, you have the king, you have the queen. Sorry, it's like this, right? That's how they come out. They came out. This first, this one. I mean, this is from the deck. This is from the past, nevertheless, right? And then you have these two. Right? I mean, this is the thing, like each reading for me, I'm just like, what else can I see? What haven't I've seen, right? I mean, it's like I'm getting the download of information, and sometimes it's even for me too much, right? I hope in the next reading I'm getting even more out, because sometimes I feel it's like it's a lot, right? The information that I get and the possibility, of course, the more cards I have lying here, the more I can see. It's just like, wow. I mean, the message sometimes is like multi-leveled, layered, right? And so you definitely, with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcana, your soul is talking to you, right? It doesn't matter if you go up or if you then fall down, right? It's kind of like it's releasing, right? It's releasing, it's liberating, it's freeing. All right, my dear Pisces, sending you love and light. See you in the next reading when we have the sun in Capricorn. Ooh, Capricorn, yep, this, and then the moon, of course, in your sign. Thank you for watching. Namaste.